We've heard from the engineers and builders of these fields. Now let's take a moment to hear from the players, coaches, and athletic directors on their school's transition to a synthetic turf field.
Before we had the turf, we had a minimal number of games that could be played down on our stadium. We never had the JV on the stadium. We played all of our JV games up on an upper field. Depending on weather conditions, sometimes those would be postponed to another day.
I think probably the thing that stands out the most is we were kind of a slave to the elements before we got the turf field, which was if there was a tremendous amount of rain, we had to play in the mud. Playing in the mud with so many teams playing on this in the facility here really wasn't good for it, because you have one bad game and it messes. The field was just unplayable.
And you could play on it 365 days a year. You look back, even to last year, we played maybe 40 athletic events on it the entire year. The rest of the time, the field sat empty. Now you're dealing with an athletic field that you can play on every day, practice on every day. And then when we're done, the communities can come in, the recreation parks, and they're on it till 10, 11 o'clock at night.
With the sharing of the facility, in the morning we have our physical education classes on here. We can do instruction. After school, not only do we practice and play our games on here, but in the evening, after even the 7, 8, or 9 o'clock games, the community comes in here for men's leagues or recreation leagues, and they use the facility until 11 o'clock at night.
We never practiced down here on the stadium. With the advent of this new turf field and the addition of the new turf field, we've been very fortunate to be able to practice down on the stadium.
Another great thing is you don't have to go out there and line the field. You don't have to worry about what has to be cut first and line it. We have football lines on there. Boys soccer and girls soccer are the same line. We have lacrosse, 2 different sets of lines, and also field hockey.
We haven't had a groundskeeper now for the past year, and since we haven't, with the turf field, it's been much easier to obviously come down and get things going without having to worry about where the field is cut, lined, and ready to roll.
The folks that came in and did the installation were excellent. They certainly knew their business because they weren't here very long. And watching them gave us some confidence that the facility would be, kind of what it's turned out to be.
So I mean, now you got a field that's usable 365 days a year. And I mean, it's just so cost effective. It's a no-brainer for everybody.
We have physical education classes down on our stadium, which we haven't had in the past. It's just been a great benefit to ourselves and to the community as a whole.
But over here, it's really nice. There's always someone using the facility, which is great. Why not?
It's great for the youth organizations. We get to see the kids who are going to be coming and playing here. They get an opportunity to play in a place that they're going to be playing for the next 4 years, hopefully. And I think it's just been really good for our program in general.
The other part is just the overall feeling of our athletic program and our student athlete in playing on something as nice and appropriate, safe, all those things. You can see the energy level pick up when they hit that field, as compared to, we had a pretty bad field here for a lot of years, and when they would come out here, it just didn't, it felt like they were playing at the rec league still, instead of coming to a varsity level sport, in a varsity type situation.
Well, the students love the field. They like to play on it. It's made the game much easier to be able to play. Let's talk about girls lacrosse or boys lacrosse. You can scoop the ball. There aren't any chunks in the field, obviously, like you would have in a regular field. So we can scoop. The shots or the bounces are true, so you know where the ball is going to bounce. You know what the shots are going to be like when you're taking a bounce shot. Even going down, even on a grass field, you'd come up with an abrasion here or there, and the same thing happens now, but you're going down and it's a soft cushion.
Yeah, the safety turf field is really a lot different than the original turf fields that were built on a concrete slab. Mixed in the grass is a shredded rubber, and it is like walking on a sponge. It is excellent and very safe for the athletes when they land and also running.
In terms of the field itself, it's awesome. I can't tell you that enough about it. Kids love playing on it. It's soft, it's spongy, so the risk of injuries is way down.
Well, we played last Tuesday night in a mist, and at times it was raining very hard. And we had no slippage whatsoever. The kids were flying up and down the field, guys and girls. So you're not coming up wet, you're not coming up muddy.
I wish all my athletic fields were like this. You know, I mean, we're pretty fortunate that a lot of our practice fields are Bermuda fields. But the fact that we have the turf field now, we hope is going to result in less wear and tear on those fields.